This is a special episode, two-parter of the Andy Meadows Show, where we'll get right to the round table because we have a ton to talk about. Chris just got back from Vegas where he watched the Zac Brown Band at the Sphere, and I had fun as well with a pre-Christmas vasectomy because the holidays are always the best time to have your privates mutilated. We also discuss running for office with the last name Epstein, Jake Paul's fight, and punchable faces. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hi. What do you think
Sweet
of that
hat?
This hat made Annie cry because she's been wearing it. And so...
and you said, I need this.
I need this for a podcast.
Yank.
And she started talking about how few people actually listen to podcasts. And I was like, I'm kidding.
Especially yours.
No. What's your shirt say?
It says, Christmas is for chillin'.
Nice. Mine's a Home Alone shirt.
Nice. I decided to go without the one with the inappropriate word on it because, you're a family podcast.
What's the inappropriate word?
Shit. It says shitters full.
You can bleep. Oh, I guess I can't bleep a shirt. I could
Right.
fuzz it out.
The whole time? That would annoy you.
Yes, that would be very annoying in editing to fuzz it out. So how was Vegas?
Vegas was fun. We had a good time. We lost some money. It's so expensive now, though. It's annoying because before you could drive, park at any of them for free. And then, so now you got to walk everywhere because Stacy won't let me rent a car when every time you park, it's $25.
Yeah, it is.
For 0 to 30 minutes, it's $25. For the whole day, it's $25. Like they get you as soon as you go in.
Oh, dude. So I bought Chili's last night for dinner, and I get there. Have you seen this? They do when at the end they give you the tip thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's on the screen, so it's cool because you don't have the awkward
They turn the screen around. They go, we need you to do something here. Yeah.
But guess what the options were on the tip?
What?
18% was the
For
lowest.
the minimum. Yeah.
For the minimum. 20 is the middle one, like
Okay.
2% more, and then 30%.
Yeah.
And I'm always like a 20% guy, but it kind of annoyed me that
Well, for a pickup though, were you picking up?
I was picking up, yeah.
Yeah, no, not for a pickup, dude. You don't
Yeah, I
need
agree.
10% on a pickup is tops, I think.
I always do 15 or 20% on a pickup unless they're like this guy was super nice, so I would have done 20, but the thing
The
kinda
screen
made me
got
mad.
to you. Yeah, I've seen 20, 30, 40 on a screen before. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I know. But that's what made me the maddest is that the option, 30% for taking. So anyway,
So did you hit the other button and tip less?
no, because I'm lazy. I just did 18%. But so anyway, Vegas, everything's freaking expensive in Vegas now too.
Everything's freaking expensive.
Food.
I did have one day where I sat down at a pie gow table with $100 and didn't win a single bet. I was like, wow, that stings. Like just what, pie gow is one of those ones where you're supposed to be able to sit there for hours because there's a lot of pushing going on. And so you're supposed to just be able to sit down at the table and drink for free and lose your money slowly. Not that day.
What was the minimum?
$15. So
Okay, so
it was like 9 bets or 8 bets or whatever. Not even that many. But I lost every single one.
good Lord. What are the
And I
odds?
just
I mean,
got
that's
up
hard
and
to
went, yeah,
that's hard to
that's
do.
hard. It took talent.
Well, that's the
But-
problem for me is I'm always doing the math in my head, and I'm like, the odds of me not winning at some point, you know what I mean? Like,
Well-
I got to stick with it.
It's a coin flip every time. Fallacy. But so I felt bad. However, we were walking to the Sphere to watch Zac Brown play, and we walked through the Baccarat room or the Baccarat area of the Venetian, and their minimums were $100 a bet, but these guys were going crazy. So $600, $700, $800. And we watched them just sit there and lose $6,000 and just go, well, I guess I lost and get up. Okay, well, I don't feel so bad about my $100 loss.
I'd be doing a gainer off the roof. You kidding me? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought the story was gonna go a different way. I thought you said, and I stopped, put down $100, and won it all back.
No,
that's not how it went.
I'm not gonna play baccarat. I don't understand it. Everybody's like, oh yeah, it's so easy. You bet with the player, you bet with the bank. It's a flip, and then these guys were just hunk, hunk, over and over again. $600, $600.
Well,
lose,
and that's
lose.
That's the other thing that's hard about gambling, but like where Vegas gets you, because you got an event that night, so you're going to see the Zac Brown Band, right?
Right.
But you got time to kill, so you're like, I'll just do a little gambling. Then you lose, ruins your mood for the whole show. You know what I mean? Now I'm pissed the entire Zac Brown. So even if it's a phenomenal show, I'm still in a bad mood.
No, that day I had won a little bit of money. We played for a while. I wasn't in a bad mood. I was just watching those guys like, oh, that's not a big deal there.
How was the Sphere?
The Sphere is overwhelming almost. It's so much. Like the screen inside is probably 30 stories high, wraps all the way around behind you. We had good seats. We were down in the 100 section, so we were probably like, I don't know, 100 feet from the stage. And the whole thing is screen all the way around. There's a billion pixels. In the beginning, while we were sitting there waiting for the show to start, I did find the one up in the corner that was out. And I was like, hey, Stacy, look, there's a pixel out right
She's
up
like,
there.
oh, thanks for ruining this for me. Now that's the only thing I'm going to see the whole time.
No, she was like, my eyes aren't good enough. I can't see it. I had to zoom in on my phone and take a picture. You see that one red pixel that shouldn't be red?
Dude, that's the engineer in you right there.
But the sound is crazy. It's so immersive because the whole thing is screens, and right behind the screens are all the speakers. So you do not see any speakers at all. They're all behind the screen, and they've got obviously a giant center channel right behind the stage because all of his vocals were coming right from him. And I've never been to a concert in surround sound before. All of the music was all around you. The background singers were coming from the sides, and he was coming from the front. So it was just like every single, and apparently they've, engineered it so that every seat has the same experience. So they've got somehow software controlling that, but it was so the whole spectacle of it was phenomenal. I mean, it's a $2 billion building, and you can tell, like they put so much into every single aspect of the technical thing of it. The prices weren't that crazy. We paid $300 a seat. I found out it was $150 to go see the Wizard of Oz movie that they show every day per person. I'm like, okay, so I don't feel so bad. And the Zac Brown Band is a great band, but we've seen them 3 or 4 times now, and they always seem to have fun on stage because they're playing around, they play covers, they go along on solos, they interact with each other. However, this was not a concert, this was a show. And it was very, very choreographed. Like, it was impressive because their timing was so dead on. They would have girls dancing on the screen behind them, and they would be to the beat. He would do something, and like when the bass hit, a statue would start to crumble. And so, like, every single song had its own interactive video going on around them. And like they were filming live and putting them up into it as it was going on. So he was performing a lot to the camera instead of to the stage, to the audience. Yeah. And they just it was so choreographed that they didn't get to really look like they were having any fun with it. It was like, this is, and then done. There's no encore, no nothing. It's over, which is the second show in a row I've seen without an encore. Hopefully that's a thing that is now happening, is that we can get rid of the, oh no, you didn't play your biggest hits. Don't leave now. But they did not do an encore. They played it all. They left. And then we saw Imagine Dragons last year at the Hollywood Bowl, and they did not play an encore either. They just said, okay, this is the last one. And then the lights went up.
I'm 1,000%. I'm 1,000% on board with that, dude. There is nothing worse than the frickin' encore. I used to I kind of want to boycott them. Like when I would do shows, I would reluctantly do it, but it's the dumbest thing ever. It's so freaking stupid. Everybody knows it's coming, and so you have to intentionally leave out the greatest song that you do. And like anybody's buying the fact that you're not doing the main song everybody knows you for, or the love.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like
It's
if
so
they
freaking
hadn't
stupid.
played Chicken Fried, and you're like, okay, well, we're waiting around
You're
for
not
that.
leaving here without playing Chicken Fried. We know you're doing an encore, but I do think it's really cool that they spent. I mean, a lot of obviously the screens cost so freaking much. It is awesome that they spent the money on the speakers to do that part right. You know what I mean? After dropping all that dough on the screens, they're still like, let me make sure we put speakers in all the right places so it's an awesome sound too.
Yeah, and they started out building it right before COVID hit, and it was gonna be $1 billion building or 1.2, and it ended up being 2.3 after everything was said and done. So I mean, and obviously that was a show that could only be done there. So they put a whole bunch of production time into creating all of the elements for it, and there was something going around online I didn't know about. Stacy told me, and then Zac Brown referenced it in the show, is that people went to see his first weekend and they said it was satanic. And all I can figure is that they just watched the first song and then walked out. Because he opens with Heavy as the Head that he wrote with Chris Cornell, and it's his rock song, and he's got like a giant skeleton going up all the way over the stage. And, you know, it's a hellscape, and he's wearing a crown. Like, that was the other thing, is they did costume changes in between a lot of the songs. So it was definitely a show instead of a concert. Like, everything about it was awesome, but at the same time, it was like, you know, I had more fun when we went to just his concerts than this show, because it's so much, man. It's so much. But they put all that work into the show, and I think they're doing it 8 times or something, and then it's over.
That's great. That's so silly that you would watch one song and then like and then think it's satanic. So that reminds. So Hank III, he would do one country set. Because he started as a rock guy, a punk guy, and then he would come out and the second set would be punk. So he would he knew after a while, he learned, because there were fights that would break out over this. So he learned, like, when I go to do my second set, I need to warn these people. So he would come out before his second set and say, just so you know, the second set is punk. And then everybody took it fine because they had a heads up. So it's crazy how that little thing, you know. So, but how can you guess what person's going to think just having a skeleton go up makes it satanic?
Right. And they would have had to have left, because the rest of the show was not any way related to that. It was like every song was a different video thing that happened. But yeah. So at the end of the show, he's like, I heard this is satanic, but it's not. Don't know what to tell you.
I don't worship Satan. And what if you didn't know the story, though? That's real weird. It's like, why is he just saying not a fan of Satan?
Oh, I think he did set it up. I think he was like, hey, people are saying online that this is not just like, I don't worship Satan, by the way, bye.
I know the rumors about me and Satan that are going around. What? Yeah. Anyway, that's strange. So you had a more fun time than I have.
Yeah, why is that?
You had a vasectomy.
Well, I mean, could be fun.
It was not fun.
Have you got frozen peas on your nads right now? Is that what's going on?
Dude, sweet Jesus. I've never had more anxiety in my freaking life before this. Yeah. So for like days leading up to it.
No sleeping, just awake, thinking about the balls.
And we're rushing to do this because we hit our deductible. So I'm like, I got to get this. And you know me, I'm cheap. So I'm like, I got to get this done before the end of the year. We hit our deductible. So I schedule it. Literally,
you schedule it with the guy who has an immediate opening too.
Yeah. The guy was fine. I'm not saying the guy wasn't fine. But,
I'm just saying, if you could get in this week, it's probably not the top guy in town.
Yeah. So I scheduled it because of the deductible, right? So I had it on Friday, didn't sleep much going into it. And because I'm scared, I don't really research it that much. So I did the no scalpel one, right? There's 2 options. There's the scalpel one and there's the no scalpel one. I did the no scalpel because I thought quicker recovery time. I'll be back, to where I can play with the kids, hold the kids, do all that stuff quicker. So I'm going to do the no scalpel. So everything I read was like, it's not that bad. And I don't know if that's just because men don't want to admit that. Because here's the deal, dude. You're awake the entire time.
Yeah.
They just give you local anesthesia, don't want to tell you where the shot is. But you can probably guess. It's not. It's a place that hurts really bad.
Do they go in through the, like, with a little tiny camera robot style, or?
So a couple caveats. I didn't look at all because I was so freaked out. Because I had second thoughts too. Ahead of time, I was thinking, I'm not going to do this. This is too much. Can't do it. So I called Rob because I was trying to think of somebody that might have had one. I knew you hadn't had one, so I called Rob and asked. And he's like, "No, I hadn't had one, but I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, you're fine. You know,
Yeah, they do it every day.
Pep talk." So I called the doctor's office and I was like, "I got some questions." Nobody called me back. So I just went in, and my theory going in is I was like, I'm going to talk them through my concerns, and then, but you wait for so long, and then by the
They're
time
like, it's your turn.
Like,
come on, let's go.
Yeah, I was like, I've been here so freaking long, I might as well just do it. So I just did it, and it was terrifying. Oh my God. Because never seen my stuff that small before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's
the fear shrinks it like crazy.
Not just the fear, dude. That room was freaking freezing in there. And I asked the doctor, I'm like, why is the room so cold? He's like, this end of the building, the sun comes in. I'm like, the sun's not coming through that window right now. Turn the freaking thing up. It was so freaking cold. I don't know if that added to it. They had to give me anesthesia twice because I was writhing in pain. It was. I don't want to scare anybody away because maybe if you're not a wuss, it's not that bad. But dude, it was.
Or maybe if you
scary.
go to the guy that you have to book the appointment a few months out, it's a little better.
Yeah, there were a lot of things going against me on it. But so I called Jill afterwards and I'm like, she's like, how did it go? I'm like, that effing hurt so bad. She's like, oh, I'm so sick. She feels guilty. I'm like, because she didn't know I was going to do it because I had told her when I left the house, I'm going to talk to these people and there's a good chance I'm not going to do it. So she had no idea whether I did it or didn't, but it took forever. So she probably guessed.
Yeah.
That, not because the procedure didn't take that long. But dude,
waiting around and all that.
So if I had to do it again, I would do the other one that they knock you out for the other one.
Oh,
you know.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
longer recovery time, but saves you the terror.
The mental anguish is less.
Dude,
so now you have to go back and you have to prove that it worked, right? You have to go perform an act in their room and have it tested.
No. Luckily, they send you a kit.
Oh,
that
okay.
was so yeah, it's an at-home kit. You can do it at home base, but it's yeah. That was my thought that you had to go in and do that, but no, they send you a kit that kit's $149 and the insurance doesn't cover it. What's that about?
Well, would you rather go into the office and
for free if I save the money? Yes.
That must be a new thing because everybody I know who's done it had to do that where you go.
What if I pay you $300 and come into the office? What? This guy really wants to come into the office and do that. No.
We don't help, right, sir?
What were you saying?
I was saying that the home kit must be a new thing because everybody I know who's had them has had to do the sample give. So,
well, and that's where I'm such a wuss. I should have done more research ahead of time, but I was like, that's just going to psych me out even more. So at the last minute, I was asking Jill, I'm like, can you research it? She's like, and do what? And so she was busy with the kid. I mean, it was
that, and you start researching and you get into what are the things that could go wrong, and then you got all the horror stories about it. You're like, okay, I don't want to know any of this
because I knew I was like, if you Google vasectomy horror stories, some terrible stuff's going to come up. So I was like, I can't do that. And then the whole time in my head, I'm like. Because I thought anesthesia makes it where you can't feel anything. No, not accurate.
Just numbs it.
And where they give you the shot, the shot itself hurts like no tomorrow. And I guess it wasn't enough because he had to give me another one. So maybe that's why it hurt so freaking bad the whole time. But you're like, I have no frame of reference, so maybe this is just how it hurts. So I wasn't saying anything, but I think you could tell by my
reaction.
So the whole
By the
time,
tears coming down your face,
oh yeah,
you could tell what's going on.
I don't think I cried, but I mean, I did everything short of that. But but definitely like so the thing you're arguing with yourself the whole time is, do I look down or not? Because and so I'm debating, like, if I look, I don't want to look down because then I'm going to see something that freaks me out, but I'm already super freaked out. So I didn't look down the whole time, but I kept wanting to, and I kind of wish I had, because maybe that would have, it would have been like, and
that's not so bad. It's a tiny thing. It's a needle. It's not a big deal. But you're like, no, I don't want to see what they're doing.
Yeah,
you
but
think they got a turkey baster going into your scrotum.
Yeah, in your mind, you feel like he's got a freaking sword over there, and it's
right.
like I told Rob, I'm like, there are points where you're like, is he castrating me? Is that what's going on? Like, it's that. So yeah, it's freaking terrifying. 2 stars, wouldn't recommend. I would do I'd do the scalpel one if I had to do it over again. But yeah, it was.
Could you have just requested on this one, hey, knock me out, I can't handle it?
Yeah, but once you're in it, it's too late.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know, like with
okay, stop.
Because like with pregnancy, you can opt, hey, I'm not going to do the epidural, and then you get in the middle. But this is it's 20 minutes.
Right.
So like,
and I don't think you should draw the parallels between what you went through and what your
no,
wife
you
went
shouldn't.
through.
I made that horrible mistake, because as a bit with Jill afterwards, I was like, guess we're even, and she got. Because she's delivered 3 kids. Can't have 3 vasectomies unless you're.
And none of them took 20 minutes, I'm sure.
And for the record, I don't know if it was 20 minutes. I have no idea how long the time was. It
was probably 10 minutes.
Probably 30 seconds. I have no idea. It felt like forever. Maybe it was 20. But yeah, don't do that bit about being even. Yeah, it was freaking brutal, dude. So I'm emotionally scarred. But so today's day 3. I did it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yesterday was better, and today I'm fine. I mean, all that gives you is ibuprofen.
Right.
But I think they just give you that because the first day I'm like, God, I wish I had better freaking pain meds, because you're still pretty rough the next day. But they probably give you ibuprofen because the other thing is you're not supposed to pick up anything over like 15 pounds. Which our lightest kid is 20 pounds. So I can't pick up any of the kids. But if you had pain meds where you felt fine, you would probably think, I'm okay to do that. So maybe that's why they don't. But today I feel freaking fine. So I kind of feel like I was.
How long are you on I can't lift things?
That's the other thing. It's vague. And maybe it's probably got to be vague because they don't know how strong you are or whatever. But because he said,
well, looking at you, they're like, you'll never lift 15 pounds again.
Because I kept trying to nail him down on, give me a weight limit, because I have exact weights in my head of the kids. Yeah. And so I'm like, so first they say just nothing strenuous. I'm like, what does that mean? You know, like, and he go, and I said the weights of our kids, and he was like, I don't know, man. Like, and finally he goes, I guess if you have to lift one of them, do it, but try your best not to. So I don't know. So I'm just going with, I'm not picking them up for 3 days, and then after that, I'll maybe pick up the lightest one first, and if nothing makes a noise, I don't know. So yeah, it's a weird experience, and I was wondering whether I should even talk about it, because I feel like I don't want to scare anybody out of it. You know,
yours is the worst I've heard. Everybody else is like, no, it's nothing. I got it for, they all get it in March so they can watch March Madness on the couch. I can't do anything. Balls are healing.
Well, see, is that because we downplay stuff as dudes, or is that because it's really not that bad? Or did I did schedule it Friday at 5. I mean, it was 5:00 on a Friday. Dumb.
With the guy you could immediately get in with. I'm telling you, that has something to do with it.
I don't think so. And I was like, am I your last dude of the date? And he was like, no, I got a couple more. But he may have just been saying that to make me feel good. I don't know.
So I had to have surgery one time, and there was only 2 people in town who could do it. And I called the first place, and they were like, we can't get you in. And I said, well, they told me to call this other place. And they were like, all right, we'll find a way to get you in. Like,
yeah.
you really don't want that guy. Like, okay.
Oh, yeah. They just didn't want to say that. So in the waiting room, I was also watching to see if any dudes come out walking weird. Because I was like, that's the, remember the Seinfeld where they come out with the ice packs and Jerry and the other guy go running out? But I didn't see any of that, but it's a urology place. So who knows whether they're actually getting
what they're there for.
vasectomies
Sure. Yeah.
But I didn't see any of that. So that made me feel safe because I came out and I was trying my best to walk normal. But I was like, because I didn't want to be
bow leg hobbling your way out.
But no, I wasn't walking normal. And Jill had asked about these ice packs. Do you want these ice packs? I'm like, I don't need them. And then she ordered them without me knowing, which was kind of neat.
Yeah.
So at least I had them. But anyway, yeah, freaking brutal. Oh, on the way back, I saw this sign, and I had to show it to you. Great. Oh.
Yeah. No, you got it this time.
Shut up. Oh, can you see that?
It says Colleen something.
Oh, here's the something. What's the middle name?
Zoom in.
I can't zoom in. So
yeah, you can. You got it down in the right hand corner. You see the little plus thing?
Oh yeah.
Click the plus. It'll zoom in.
I'm clicking the plus on the wrong screen. Maybe I am not fine.
You were right there. You're so close. Oh, there you go.
Colleen Aguilar Epstein. She's running for Plano City Council.
Oh, maybe just stick with the maiden name, huh?
I know. Like, I feel really bad, but the only thing I was thinking, and I've done zero research on this person, but when I saw it, I thought of the SNL skit with John Mulaney. Have you seen it? Harvey. He's Harvey Epstein. Is the candidate's name, and he's like, the whole thing is like, I'm neither of those guys, but it's really funny. I thought of that, but maybe she was already in the city council was one thing I thought, and so she's like a known name, and she's like, I got to stick with it. But yeah, it's also hyphenated, so just drop the
go with the maiden name.
Yeah, that's a rough go. There's zero chance she wins, right? I mean, even if she's
maybe she's running unopposed. That's also an option.
If you're running unopposed, don't put up a sign. I was debating what I really kind of wanted the sign, but I was crippled, and so I just took a picture as I drove by. But good Lord, dude, that's a rough frickin' go.
You could have probably called her campaign and gotten one for your yard or something. So.
Oh, dude, I definitely need to call her campaign thing and find out. But yeah, that's tough. Oh, so that made me think of this. So you know who Mark Norman is?
Yeah.
Hilarious comedian, does a podcast with Sam Morril. We Might Be Drunk. Really funny dude. Love him. Jill and I are both huge fans. But this was his tweet the other day. It's too bad 50 Cent didn't hate Epstein. We would have gotten the list and a movie. I don't know why the sign made me think of that. But yeah, anyway. Frickin'. Yeah, I mean, you change your name, right? Jeez.
You definitely just dropped the Epstein. Yeah, you dropped it. It would be different if she was just Epstein, but she already has the name before.
I know. It's like, I know you love your husband.
Maybe her husband's like, no, we're not associated with them. You don't drop it. Like, dang it.
Yeah. Good Lord, that's a rough one, man. Rough. Plano City Council. Luckily, I don't have to. We live in Frisco, so I don't have to vote. I don't have to.
You don't have to check the box for Epstein.
I forgot to say, if you want to weigh in on anything we talk about, comment on whichever platform you're watching this, or head to andymeadowshow.com to record your audio. Either way, we're likely to include your thoughts on an upcoming episode. We had a funny comment that I can't. Amin shared one of the clips.
Oh,
so
well, hello, Amin.
He definitely heard us talking.
Thanks for being one of the 3 viewers today.
And he said, "You guys are hilarious or funny," which I thought was nice. So it was nice of him to do that. But
I'm surprised you didn't take that wrong, because usually you take comments wrong. He probably went, "Oh, you guys are hilarious."
Yeah. I mean, the first reading it, I thought he said funny, and I thought he was just talking about you, and I kind of got mad. But then I reread it. So no. There was some comment. Man, I should have checked. There was some comment on something that was angry about something, and I can't remember what it was. But
those are the ones I'm surprised, because usually those are the ones you're like, these are so good that they're mad.
Oh, did you see the Jake Paul finally got knocked out?
I did see the pictures. I didn't see the video. Was it pretty quick?
I don't know if it was. I didn't see the whole thing. It wasn't super quick, I don't think. But he got his jaw broken. So not only did he get his knocked out, he got his jaw broken. But that dude.
So he fought a real boxer this time, is what you're saying?
That's the challenge with. He'd fought everybody in that, ex-NBA player, and it's like, find a real, and then.
I mean, he fought Tyson, but Tyson is 60 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, he still got the punch, but you got to get in there to get the punch, and he doesn't have the legs anymore. So.
Yeah, and Tyson, I still thought Tyson was going to knock him out. Even.
I wouldn't fight Tyson right now. No. So.
Yeah, absolutely not. But I mean, obviously, everyone's been waiting for that, for him to get knocked out. So we're all happy, I think, collectively, that he's done.
We wouldn't want him to have a broken jaw, though. Now he can't talk.
No, I'm kidding. Have you ever watched this podcast?
No, I have not.
Okay, watch it.
Everything I've learned about the Paul brothers, I have learned inadvertently. So that's...
Yeah, I'm a psycho, so I just watched it because it's doing well. And I'm like,
oh, you're like, I want to see, what can I steal from them?
But yeah, it's so I don't know who the next guy is that we're all going to want knocked out, but the world has to move on because Jake Paul has officially been knocked out.
He finally got knocked out, yeah.
Maybe Glenn Powell.
Oh, he's not. You think he's got a punchable face? Is that the problem?
I think he's too good looking and talented.
Isn't he from Texas? You got to support the Texas.
I do.
Dude.
I'm not saying I don't support Glenn Powell. I like Glenn
You just
Powell.
said I want to see him punched.
I just want to see. I'm a little jelly, to be honest, because he's good looking and talented.
And it seems like he came pretty much out of nowhere to be in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he could fight Jake Paul. No, I'd still want him to win over Jake Paul for sure. Okay, I don't want now I feel guilty. I don't want Glenn Powell punched. He seems
sorry,
like
Glenn Powell.